Once upon a time, 3 bears lived in a cozy cottage. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. They had their own special things. One morning, Mama Bear made porridge, but it was too hot, so they went for a walk. Goldilocks wandered by and entered their cottage. She tasted Papa Bear's porridge. Too hot. Then Mama Bear's, too cold. Finally, Baby Bear's, just right, and ate it all. She sat in Papa Bear's chair. Too hard. Then Mama Bear's, too soft. Finally, Baby Bear's, just right, but it broke. Goldilocks went upstairs and tried the beds. Papa Bear's was too high, Mama Bear's too lumpy, but Baby Bear's was just right, and she fell asleep. The bears returned. "Someone's been eating my porridge," growled Papa Bear. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," squeaked Baby Bear. Goldilocks woke up, saw the bears, and ran away. The bears decided to lock the door next time, and Goldilocks never entered a house uninvited again. In Lumeria lived 4 princesses: Amara, who spoke with animals; Alara, skilled with maps; Celine, who heard the wind; and Isla, who solved riddles. One day, the royal crown of harmony vanished, casting gloom over the kingdom. King Alaric urged them to find it. Celine heard the wind whisper clues, and Alara found footprints leading to the forest. There, Isla solved a riddle to open a hidden tunnel. Inside, the path split, testing each princess's unique skill. Amara followed animal tracks. Alara navigated a maze. Celine listened to the wind, and Isla solved riddles. They reunited in a chamber where Lord Vero, the royal advisor, stood with the crown. He wanted to rule the kingdom. The sisters united. Celine summoned the wind. Amara called animals. Isla unlocked the crown, and Alara seized it. Defeated, Varro vanished. Returning the crown, the kingdom rejoiced. The princesses became known as the Guardians of Harmony.
In a kingdom of golden fields and crystal rivers lived Sir Cedric, a knight known for his bravery and kind heart. One day, a messenger announced that the Crystal of Dawn, which protected the kingdom, had been stolen by the Shadow Dragon. The king asked for a volunteer to retrieve it, and Sir Cedric stepped forward. He rode his steed, Valor, toward the enchanted forest. An old owl tested his heart's purity, and the River of Echoes challenged him with a riddle, both of which he passed with honesty and courage. Finally, he faced the Shadow Dragon, not with arrogance, but with respect, asking only for the crystal to save his people. Impressed by Cedric's honor, the dragon returned the crystal, asking only that it be protected from greed. Upon his return, the kingdom rejoiced, and Cedric was honored. He reminded everyone that true strength lies in keeping one's word, showing respect, and protecting what is good.
As the first golden leaves fell, Elsa and Anna felt a magical call. The wind whispered of a fading autumn spirit, captured by frost shadows who craved eternal winter. The sisters ventured into the enchanted forest, guided by a leaf sprite named Lyra, and faced wind mazes, enchanted scarecrows, and shifting paths. They reached the frozen grove, where the spirit of autumn was trapped. The air was icy, and Elsa's magic flickered. Anna held Elsa's hand, reminding her she wasn't alone. Their bond created warmth, and Elsa combined her ice magic with autumn's fire, creating golden snowflakes that melted the frost shadows and freed the spirit. The forest came alive again, and the spirit thanked them for restoring balance. Back in Arendelle, Elsa shaped amber snowflakes into a heart in the sky, starting a new tradition, a magical fall celebration, listening to the whispering leaves.
One frosty morning, Arendelle was peaceful until the sky lit up with a strange silver glow. A trail of sparkling frost stretched across the horizon, pointing toward the distant Silver Mountain, a place no one dared to go. Elsa felt a pull in her heart. "Anna, that glow, it's calling me. I think magic is in danger." Anna's eyes lit up. "Then let's follow it." Every adventure starts with a mystery. Olaf bounced happily. "Ooh, does this mean snacks on the way? Because I packed marshmallows." Kristoff hitched Sven to the sleigh. "Looks like we're headed for another snowy quest." As they traveled, the air grew colder, even for Elsa. The trees sparkled with silver ice, and strange snowflakes shaped like stars floated down. Suddenly, a pack of frost foxes with glowing eyes leapt out of the snow. Anna bravely swung her lantern, while Elsa created a protective ice wall. With teamwork, they gently calmed the foxes, who turned out to be enchanted guardians. "They're not dangerous," Elsa realized. "They're trying to warn us." The foxes dashed off toward the peak of the mountain, so the friends followed. At the top, inside a glittering cave, stood a giant crystal pulsing with light, the frozen heart of Silver Mountain. But it was cracking apart. Beside it was a mysterious figure, a shadow queen of ice, with hair as dark as night and eyes as cold as stars. "You cannot stop me," she hissed. "Once this crystal shatters, I will steal its magic and cover the world in endless frost." Elsa stepped forward. "Magic was never meant to be taken by force." Anna held Elsa's hand. "And you'll never win when sisters stand together." The battle of frost and light. The Shadow Queen raised her staff, sending a storm of sharp icicles. Elsa spun a shield of ice, while Anna darted forward, distracting the queen. Olaf rolled into a snowball to trip her, and Kristoff blocked her icy blasts with Sven's strength. Elsa and Anna then combined their powers, Elsa's icy magic with Anna's warmth of heart. Their bond created a dazzling blizzard of light and snow that surrounded the queen. With a cry, the Shadow Queen vanished into the ice, defeated. The crystal slowly healed, glowing brighter than ever. The mountain released a shower of sparkling snow that drifted gently back to Arendelle. Olaf spun in circles. "Woohoo! Best snow shower ever!" Kristoff smiled. "You two saved not just Arendelle, but the world." Elsa hugged Anna. "No magic is stronger than a sister's love." Anna grinned. "And no adventure is complete without marshmallows." Together, they returned home under the silver glow of the mountain, their hearts full of courage and joy, ready for whatever mystery awaited next. Once upon a time, in a bright kingdom filled with blooming gardens and tall golden towers, there lived a kind princess named Clara. She loved adventures, but the people of her kingdom always told her, "Stay safe, princess. Dragons are dangerous." But Clara was not afraid of dragons. She believed that sometimes scary things just needed a friend. One sunny afternoon, Clara wandered beyond the castle gates into the whispering woods. She followed a trail of glittering blue scales until she heard a soft growl. There, curled beneath an old oak tree, was a dragon. His wings were huge and silver, but his eyes looked sad. "Hello there," Clara said bravely, though her heart thumped fast. The dragon sniffled. "Everyone runs from me. They say I'm too big, too scary, but I only want a friend." Clara's eyes sparkled. "Well, I'd like to be your friend." The dragon's wings lifted with surprise. Truly? From that day on, Princess Clara visited him every evening. She named him Lumos because his scales shimmered like moonlight. Lumos showed her how to ride the wind on his back, and Clara taught him songs from the castle. One night, a terrible storm struck the kingdom. The river flooded and the townsfolk were trapped. Clara knew only Lumos could help. "Come, my friend," she called. With a mighty roar, Lumos soared through the storm. His wings blocked the rain, and his tail lifted people to safety. The villagers gasped this dragon wasn't scary at all. He was a hero. From then on, Lumos was welcomed in the kingdom. Children played around his giant claws, and Clara always sat proudly by his side. And so, the princess who dared to befriend a dragon showed everyone that kindness is stronger than fear. The end. Once upon a time, in the sparkling kingdom of Dreamland, Cinderella decided to host something very special. She had received a magical letter from the fairy godmother saying, "Dearest Cinderella, it is time to bring joy to every princess in the land. Host a Dreamland Princess Tea Party where friendship will sparkle brighter than diamonds." Cinderella clapped her hands with excitement. A tea party for all princesses! Oh, what a dream come true! She sent out golden invitations tied with silver ribbons. Soon, princesses from near and far arrived. Snow White, carrying sweet apple tarts. Aurora, with a basket of enchanted rose petals. Ariel, who brought seashell cookies from under the sea. Belle, with her enchanted teacups that danced when music played. Rapunzel, her long hair braided with flowers, carrying rainbow lemonade. And even Elsa and Anna, who brought snowflake cakes that sparkled in the sunday. The garden sparkled with fairy lights, fountains of shimmering water, and a table as long as a castle hallway, filled with magical treats. But just as the party began, a little cloud of trouble appeared. Mischievous pixies, jealous of the princess's happiness, blew away the decorations and hid the sweets in the whispering forest. "Oh no!" gasped Cinderella. "Our tea party will be ruined." But the princesses didn't give up. Together, they turned the tea party into an adventure. Rapunzel's glowing hair lit the forest paths. Ariel sang to guide the missing treats out of hiding. Elsa froze the pixies' tricks into sparkling snowflakes. And Belle read a spell from her enchanted book to restore the decorations. Finally, with teamwork and kindness, the tea party was saved. The pixies, touched by the princess's laughter and friendship, even joined in and promised never to spoil the fun again. As the sun set, the princesses clinked their teacups, and Cinderella smiled. Today, we learned the sweetest magic of all is friendship. And under the starry dreamland sky, the royal tea party became the most unforgettable celebration ever. The end. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Rosewood, there lived a princess named Amara. She had everything a princess could wish for: sparkling gowns, a tall castle, and fields of roses that bloomed just for her. But Princess Amara was different from the other princesses in the fairy tales. Her nose was crooked, her ears were too big, and her skin had many spots. The people of the kingdom whispered and called her the ugly princess. At first, Amara felt sad. She thought beauty was all that mattered. But instead of hiding away, she began to spend her days helping others. She carried food to the poor, cared for lost animals, and told stories to children. One day, a great shadow fell over Rosewood. A fierce dragon came to the kingdom, breathing fire and scaring everyone away. The bravest knights tried to fight it, but none succeeded. Amara, though afraid, walked toward the dragon. She did not bring a sword or shield. Instead, she carried a basket of apples and honey. She looked into the dragon's angry eyes and said, "You must be hungry and lonely. Here, eat. You don't need to burn our homes." The dragon blinked in surprise. No one had ever spoken to it kindly. Slowly, it ate the apples and honey. For the first time, the dragon calmed down and curled up peacefully beside her. The people of Rosewood cheered. They had never seen such courage and kindness. At that moment, they no longer noticed Amara's crooked nose or big ears. What they saw was her golden smile, warm, gentle, and full of love. From that day on, she was no longer called the Ugly Princess. Instead, she became Princess Amara the Kind-Hearted, the most beloved Princess Rosewood had ever known. And everyone learned a very important lesson. True beauty shines from the heart, not the face.